Hey everyone, it's Heather with Tropica Exotica, and today I thought I would talk about some tools and techniques that I've been using as being an empath, trying to, navigate the whole being sensitive to energy. And I can tell you I'm at a point in my spiritual progression where, I have a much better understanding and I'm it's a lot easier for me to deal with being an empath. So there's a few different things that I do, and I'm going to share all those techniques with you. And first I would just start off by saying I practice a daily routine. Now, a lot of times if I'm busy, or if I sleep in, if I'm running late, I might not go through all of these steps, but ideally I would. And then after that I would try to meditate, but again, it just takes time. And if I have a choice between doing my energy clearing practices or meditation, I personally am going to pick energy clearing because this is the thing that I need in order to better navigate through life. But ideally you would want to do energy clearing and then meditation afterwards. And then depending on the situation, there's also just kind of weekly or a few times a week I'll do different things. And then if I'm finding that I'm attached to somebody energetically, or if I'm finding that maybe I interacted with somebody and I don't feel comfortable with that, then I might also do some additional techniques. So I'm going to start out with the daily practice that I use, and I'll go through those steps first. So the thing you have to understand about energy work is that it's all about intention. And so most of what I do is just imagining and kind of putting that intention out to the universe. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is I clear the energy in my house. So what I do is I'm saying this in my head. I'm not saying anything out loud, but I'm saying any energy that is not for my highest good, it turns to blue and it goes down to the four corners of my house, down into the ground. And again, these techniques are techniques that I've picked up from various teachers throughout the years. I've made some adjustments. I've incorporated my own kind of flavor. I've kind of just picked and choose what I feel like works the best for me. And I would suggest that you do the same. So if any of these techniques work for you, that's good. If you have other ones, feel free to use those. But I just want to share what I personally do. So the first thing I do is clear the energy in my house. I start off with clearing anything that doesn't serve me. And then what I do is I ask Saint Germain to help bring in the violet flame. And I just imagine this violet flame going up around my house and in my yard, and I just kind of imagine this violet flame just transmuting any negative energy. And so if I'm feeling generous, I might also put it over on my neighbor's yard and their house, and just kind of keep this whole area around my house clean energetically. One technique that I've been trying to, I need to look more into it, but I've heard about is using the rose gold flame to transmute EMFs. I think Magenta Pixie has some information about that on one of her books. I haven't read that book in particular, but I believe that that's probably another good visualization. And so I've been visualizing a rose gold flame around my property as well as a cell phone tower that's near my house. So that's the first thing I do, is I clear the energy in my space. And again, this is just through my thoughts. So I close my eyes and I do these practices. And then after that, what I do is I imagine this white light coming from above, going down into my crown, and I'll just imagine it going all the way down through my body, down through the center of the earth, and coming back up through my feet and all through my chakras into my heart, and then expanding outwards. And so this is really just one of those where you want to just imagine this white light flooding your body, and just imagine, going through all of your chakras. And so that will clear out your energy and bring in energy. So it'll connect you above and below so that you're grounded. So then what I will do is I will imagine a rose in front of me, and you know, depending on the day, I'll change the color of the rose, and I'll just imagine holding it in front of me. And then I will scan my body and just, you know, think about, you know, where is there any kind of tension, or do I feel, you know, something uneasy in my body? And I will just imagine, you know, going through these emotions and thinking about, is there anything that I'm personally experiencing, a negative emotion that doesn't sit well with me? You know, maybe I'm struggling with anger or frustration, or, you know, depression, or fears, or, you know, you kind of just go through the list of whatever you're feeling that, you know, is not your best part of you, and it's something that you would like to take out of you. These emotions stay in our body, so we want to always, you know, be cognizant of that and try to make sure that we're aware, and focus in on our body, and think about how we want to actively, you know, deal with these emotions that we don't want to be a part of ourselves. So what I'll do is, and this is kind of extensive, but I will just sit there and go through all my body parts, and I'll say, you know, any emotions of XYZ that are in my muscle and my bone and my skin and my organs, and I'll just sit there and go through all these different scenarios of where this energy could be hanging out that doesn't serve me. I'll sit there and I'll go through all my cells, you know, if anything's trapped in my phospholipids and my mitochondria and my DNA, you know, you just kind of think about, you know, the thing is that you want to just be aware that you control your emotions and your body. And so, you know, just think about how this is a cleansing, and it's clearing out anything that doesn't serve you. So that's what you kind of want to focus on. And so then what I'll do is I'll just imagine these emotions just being pulled out of my body and being put into that rose. And then you want to throw that rose away. Then you want to put another rose in front of you, and I usually make it a different color. And I'll just imagine this high energy white photonic light filling those gaps where those emotions were pulled out. And I'll just imagine that. Sometimes I'll add little sparkles to it. You just use your imagination and just, you know, feel the energy going into your body, and it's replacing those negative emotions with a high energy of love and hope and joy and everything that you really want in your life. So then after I'm done with that, what I'll do is I'll ask Metatron to help me clear my chakras. And so what I'll do is I'll imagine the different colors of my chakra, and I'll just breathe those in through my mouth. So I'll just imagine a red light, a red glowing light going in through my mouth and traveling all the way down to my root chakra. Then I'll imagine orange light going all the way down, traveling to my sacral chakra. Then I'll imagine yellow light going all the way down to my solar plexus. And then I'll imagine a green light going all the way down to my heart. And then a blue one for your throat, and then a purple one for your third eye, and a white for your crown. And as you imagine these light going to those chakras, you just want to, you know, ask Metatron to help strengthen and fortify those chakras and increase their energy so that they're all flowing good. And then after that, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and, you know, once I've cleaned my energy, I've, you know, cleaned my house, I've decluttered my energetic fields. And so then what we do is we want to shield. And so what I'll do is I'll just imagine a white bubble around me, and you can make it as thick as you want. If you're going to go out in a crowd, you know, make it a foot thick. If you want to make it just a few inches, but just imagine that white bubble around you. And then for fun, what I like to do is I like to put different colors inside my bubble. So sometimes I'll do, you know, the green, you know, cool lights from the northern lights, or maybe I'll do rainbow patterns, or maybe I'll do something pink and sparkly, you know. So I just kind of play with it, but it's all about visualization and intention. And so once you're protected, then you can go about your day. And so a few of the other things that I do, this is Agua de Florida, which is Florida water. This is what I picked up in Peru. It is a really clarifying and invigorating smell. I really love it. You can order this from the internet, obviously if you can't go to Peru, but you can find this online. And so what I do is you'll just pour a little bit into your palms and then just kind of splash it together and breathe it in. And then you'll just kind of rub that scent, you know, kind of around your body. I really just like it doing it in the morning because I really just feel like it helps start my day out right. Just helps give me an extra boost for energy protection. And then, let me see, a couple other things. So, as far as protection goes, you know, to me, once I've cleared my energy, it's like, okay, I'm starting with a clean slate. This is my energy as I go out. I form my protection. But having an extra backup is always good. And so I always keep a piece of black tourmaline with me. You can also wear black tourmaline bracelets, necklaces, earrings, you know, but I always just kind of keep a piece with me. It will help absorb negative energy and kind of keep other people's energy off of you. And then another technique, in the evenings you might want to use a selenite wand, and you can just kind of use that around your body. Just kind of go through and just kind of get rid of anything. You can also use obsidian is another good one if you want to try that. If you feel that people have attached cords to you, and I've talked about this in another video, but psychic cords are energy connections between you and another person that they're not always good. I mean, sometimes they're good because you have a close connection with somebody, but sometimes people can cord to you and they can drain your energy. And so if, you know, as a general practice, what I try to do is I'll probably do this about at least once a week, and I'll just put this kyanite on each of my chakras for at least a minute. Another technique that you can do at night when you get home, or if you're going to bed, you can go ahead and just, you know, ask Archangel Michael to help you cut cords. And so what you can do is just imagine any cords that have been attached to you that are not of your highest good. You just ask Archangel Michael, you know, can you help cut these cords? And you just, you know, imagine a sword cutting it, and then you just throw those cords away. So that's another good just kind of daily practice if you want to do that in the evenings. And in the evenings I also just spray my room with white sage. You can get that online. Another good choice is Palo Santo. Again, you can get this online. And then once a week I will go through and sage my house and my body. Also, probably a couple times a week I'll take an Epsom salt bath. Again, this is a just additional way that you can help get other people's energy off of you and make sure that you're only working in your own energy. So that's it. I know, I'm sorry I went a little fast, but there was a lot to cover, and I just wanted to make sure that I got this information out. But those are kind of the daily practices that I do. I do want to bring up that one thing that you want to be aware of is if you do drugs or if you drink alcohol, that's going to lower your ability to protect yourself. It'll affect your aura, and negative entities can get in. And so I would just be aware of that if you're, you know, hopefully you're not doing a bunch of that, but if you do drugs, and I was just reading a book the other day about how doing drugs is different from alcohol, because alcohol, your body can process it, but the drugs stay in your system for a lot longer, and so you're potentially open to negative entities for a lot longer. So that's something that you just want to think about. But I can tell you for a fact that if you do drink alcohol and you're a sensitive empath, you can pick up negative entities from other people, and I'll eventually do a video about that. But just want to let you know that, even if you have some tools and techniques and practices, when you lower your resistance like that, you're really opening yourself up. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. So anyway, that's it for now. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed, who's liked, and who shared my videos, and I appreciate everybody who's watching. Thanks. Bye-bye.